Hi guys, this is Speak About Digital, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use Typeform step by step. Now if you don't know what Typeform is, it's a beautiful form creator that lets you make forms, surveys, and quizzes. What's really interesting about Typeform is their approach to forms. They only show one slide at a time. One of the best features in Typeform is the conditional logic feature. You can link questions to outcomes, assign points to answers, or send people down different question paths depending on how they respond. So this tutorial will help you get started. First, click the first link in the description and it's gonna land you to this page. Then click the sign up button and just set up a free account. Typeform offers a free plan if you want to try using their service before taking on a paid subscription. Although you can only receive 10 responses per month, but it should be more than enough to test this tool and just give it a try. When you log into Typeform, the first thing you will see is your workspace. This is where you can find all the typeforms that you create, the place where you create and manage your typeforms. On the left, you can see all of your workspaces. When you create your first typeform, it will live in the default workspace known as My Workspace. You can add multiple workspaces to keep your typeforms organized. I'm gonna create a new workspace, give it a name by writing in the pop-up that appears, and has Create Workspace. Down here you have your apps and integrations, so we'll talk about this in a second when actually create forms. But essentially over here guys, you can integrate your forms into things like HubSpot. If you have a HubSpot website, this is extremely helpful. Into Google Sheets if you are doing any presentations that require you to put forms into your sheets, into Slack, and a whole bunch of other things available to you over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and press the X button over here. And then after that you have something called the brand case. And essentially the brand case is only available on the Plus, Business or Enterprise plan, and essentially allows you to brand your forms with your company logos and colors. So we can go and press the X button over there, and now let's talk about how we can create our own typeform. Click on the Create Typeform button to create a new typeform. Select one of the following options: Start from scratch, use a template to open the template gallery and then select a template to get started with, or Create it for me. It kind of just gives you the basis of whatever you need based on the questions you would like to ask. In this tutorial, we are going to work from scratch, but let's check the template first. If you are starting a new typeform, I recommend browsing through templates by clicking Use a template. Typeform has plenty of templates for just about any need. Here are the major categories of templates they have: registration, feedback, research, lead capture, quiz, application, and more. Typeform templates all look gorgeous. All their templates are designed with UX in mind. Unfortunately, not all the templates are available in the free version, so if you want access to all of them, you will need to pay. You can preview the templates to see exactly what they would look like, and you can actually fill them out. You could press on these arrows and go down, and you can just browse what it does and what's in the template itself. And on the left, you can see how many questions this includes, and also how long it usually takes to answer this survey. Now you could use this template, then update it with your own details, and then you could go live with it. So let's just say we are happy with this template, and let's go ahead and press the Use this template button. Once you do that, what Typeform is going to do is it's going to load its templates up, and now we can go ahead and actually edit this template. Now the first thing that I want to point out is on the left over here you have your content. Your content is essentially the different questions and things you have on your forms. To add different question types to your form, click the plus option over here. A menu will appear where you can choose which question type you would like to use. Typeform supports several types. All of them are free except for the payments and file upload elements. Typeform can create many form types with the help of all these components: email, phone number, website, question group, statements, end screen, file upload, multiple choice, rating, payments, and more. So let's say that I want to add a short text question. So as you can see, we have added the 7th question. And now I can go ahead and actually edit the text for this question. So I can say, what's your email? And then you can put a description if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this blank for now. Now the next thing I want to talk about is you can go ahead and change the actual sequence of your form. So if you want to put this as the first question, you can do that, or whatever you want to place it, you can do that. The next thing over here you want to understand is that you can change question settings, like making the question required so that people have to answer this, so that they can go to the next question. So you can do that and you can put a max character amount. So that's pretty cool. Depending on the question type, like for example, for the multiple choice question, making the question required, or randomizing answers, or you can maximize or minimize the number of possible selection, and other options. Click here if you want to change the question type. So for example, let's say that we want to change this from a short text to a long text. We can go ahead and do that. Similarly, we can change this to a multiple choice. So it's very easy to change this form into different types based on whatever your needs are. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep this as a short text for now. So that's how you can go ahead and add different questions. But in this tutorial, we are going to work from scratch. So let's go back to the dashboard page right here. And now we are able to create another Typeform under the same workspace. So we are going to start from scratch. And this is where you will create your Typeform. Now we can start building. And what I'm going to do, guys, is create a very simple contact form. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and first change this to what's your name. So we always want to ask people what their name is. Then we want to make this a short text, not a multiple choice. So we go to the type option and change it to short text. And we want to delete this picture because it doesn't make sense. So we take this out. We want to make this a required field because we want to know who is actually getting in touch with us. So let's go ahead and do that. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to add a second question, which is a long text question where people can write me a message. The question would be, thanks for reaching out. What would you like to say? And to make it more personal, I will use the name they entered in the previous question. Type in your question, and where you want to use the name from question 1, just type an @ symbol. This will allow you to recall information from another question in your Typeform. Here we just have one option, what's your name? Click that and it will appear in your question. And you can also duplicate or delete your questions by clicking the 3 dots icon. The next thing I'm going to do is add the third question, which is going to be a multiple choice. I want to ask people, what is your preferred method of contact? And I'm gonna add 2 options, email or phone. Now I'm gonna add 2 other questions. The first question is where people can write their phone number, which is a phone number question. The question is, what is your phone number? You can also choose the default country code that will appear on your Typeform. Click the drop-down menu and scroll to your chosen country, then click it. The second question is where they can write their email. So it's a short text question. What is your email? And what I have done over here, my attention is that I'm going to add logic to this question later to take people down a different path depending on their answer. If somebody choose email, then perfect, they go to what's your email question. And if they choose phone, then they go to what's your phone number question. Now I will finish up this simple Typeform with an opinion scale question. Let's add the question like this. How likely are you to recommend us to a friend? And I'm gonna add the labels here, not likely at all, and then very likely. Now 10 for me is way too many, so I'm gonna just reduce it to 5, like this. Okay, very simple, very easy form. On the design menu, this is where you can customize your Typeform's design. In the theme gallery, you will see some pre-made themes that you can choose from. Some of them are paid and some of them are free. So let's say this looks nice. I'm gonna use this one. You can also set your own theme. So you can click My Themes and then there is a little plus icon. If you click on it, this is where you can set your own theme. To choose the right fonts for your typeform, click the drop-down list or type the name of a font in the search bar. Then select the font you want to use. You can see what it looks like in real time as you switch fonts. And you can adjust the question color, add a background image, and add a logo, and all the design changes you make here will apply to the whole typeform. So when you are happy with your design, click Save as a new theme. This will automatically save your design as a theme in the design panel, which you can apply to other typeforms. But actually, because I didn't take so much time to do this, I'm gonna go back to gallery and just select that same theme that I already showed you. Like this. I think it just looks a bit better. To add an image or video to a typeform question, go to the question panel and select Add Image or Video. For video, select the Video tab, paste the link to your video where indicated and click Add. For images, there are two ways to add images to your typeform: using the integrated app/powered library or uploading your own. Here you can upload an image or GIF by clicking Upload. In the Image tab, you can search for a picture via the app/image library. Simply type in a search term and scroll through the images until you find one you like. I'm looking for tag. Click the image you want to load it automatically in your typeform. Then close the gallery. To edit your image, hover over it and click the Edit icon. This will open the image editor. You can crop your image by dragging the blue border around it to the size you want. You can also flip the image or change its aspect ratio to suit your typeform. Change the brightness, contrast, and saturation of your chosen image. Finally, under your image, there is a tool to rotate it. Drag it left or right until you are happy. You can also change the image by adding a filter. Click the Filters tab and browse until you find one you like. Once you are happy with your image, hit Save. And now you can decide on your image layout. There are 6 layout options to choose from. You can click through them to find one that suits you in the layout section of your question settings. And at any time, you can click to change or edit or remove your images, GIFs, or videos. And just like I showed you before, once you have added your questions, you can drag and drop to move them around. And then add one or more endings to finish off your typeform. Endings are a way that you can send respondents to different web pages after they finish your typeform. You can add them to your typeform by clicking the plus sign next to endings and choosing the ending you prefer. You can use multiple endings per typeform. Redirect to URL sends a respondent to a single link of your choice after they click Submit on a typeform. You can also set up redirects through an end screen by adding an end screen and changing the button link in the question tab. If your typeform includes multiple end screens, you can set up a different link for each. Redirecting through end screens is a smart move if you want to show different end screens to respondents depending on their answers using logic to guide them. Both ending types are paid features. So for now, let's just add a sample end screen. Actually, we don't need this one and this one too. There is already one. I can update this to that's all and recall his name here by choosing what's your name question. We will be in touch in the next couple of weeks. And you could also add a description. Unfortunately, you cannot put your social media in these icons. These are just share icons, so people can share this form with their friends. You could also disable them if you want. The button too. You can also add a welcome screen. If you send out a typeform, you want people to complete it and provide relevant answers. So make sure the welcome screen provides people a reason to fill in your typeform. For me, I'm gonna delete the welcome screen and just let it start with a question. And then make your typeform a bit smarter by adding logic. Link questions to outcomes, assign points to answers, or send people down different questions paths depending on how they respond. To get started, choose logic from the right hand panel. And as you can see, so it's like a train. You can maximize it or minimize it from here. or you can click Fit to Screen icon to fit your screen. So the typeform below starts with a short text, then a long text, then a multiple choice question, and people can choose one option of the two options exist. Our respondents will only see follow-up questions relevant to their choices. So if someone picks email, they will only see the question relating to that. Also, if they pick phone, they will only see the question relating to that. Not bad. So let's find out how to use logic to do this. Select branching and calculations and add the following logic to the multiple choice question. What is your preferred method of contact? Now simply set up a rule that says if what is your preferred method of contact is email, then go to the email question, which is the question number 5. And because we have just two questions, so in all other cases in this example, we will take them to question 4 of what is your phone number, which is the next question. Perfect. Hit save. You can test your typeform clicking the eye icon next to the publish button, and a preview of your creation will pop up. You can now try out your typeform on mobile or desktop. This is a free account, so that's why you are seeing the typeform branding. You can remove it from the settings if you have a paid account. To close this preview, click the back arrow in the top left corner. So if the respondent chooses email, he will move to this page where we are asking for his email, but if he chooses phone as a way he prefers, he will go directly to the next question where we are asking for his phone number. After that, he will move to the next question where he must write his own email. So we need to change this. I'm going to go to the branching and calculations option again and search for the question 4, what is your phone number? Always go to. In all cases, we are going to go ahead and take them to the question number 6 of how likely are you to recommend us to a friend. Then click save. So that's very straightforward. So that's how logic works. And I just want to mention that Typeform has actually quite powerful logic section, so you can really deep dive into this. To show or hide the number of questions in your Typeform, go to the settings, toggle the question number switch. When the switch is toggled on, people will see the question numbers in your Typeform. When the switch is toggled off, people will see your questions in the same order but without the question numbers. The switch is toggled on by default. And here you can make the Typeform branding off. Typeforms has an autosave feature, so your work is saved automatically. When you have finished building a Typeform, click publish to make it live, so you can share it online. So publish your Typeform before you share it. This link is where your Typeform lives. By default, when you hit publish, anyone with the URL can now view and answer it. You can copy this link and just open it like this. You can see that this is your form. You can start it, so let's just do it quickly. John. Okay, so then you have the second question. Keep it like this, blah blah. And I'm gonna answer phone because it's gonna ask for the phone number. Okay, I can change the country if I want to. And I'm gonna just add the same as the example like this. And how likely are you? I'm gonna answer 3. Submit. That's all, John. We will be in touch in the next couple of weeks. So this is your form for now. Obviously, you are going to spend a bit more time on this and create better questions, but this is now a form that you can share with somebody. Then go to the share panel. This is where you will see all of your sharing options. We can share a form through a link, QR code, or embed it on our website. The app offers many customization options in terms of embedding forms. You will find the following embed options: standard, full page, pop-up, slider, popover, and side tab. Front-end developers can also check out the embed SDK. You can change the height and width of your typeform, and you can also choose to hide the header of question groups. Clicking Guess the code will generate your embed code based on the settings you have chosen. Simply paste this into your web page code to embed the typeform. So let's check this. And as you can see, so I'm gonna answer another time, but in this one, I'm gonna go with email. So I'm gonna add my email. So as you can see, our condition is working. If you want to do more with your Typeform, try integrate it with other tools. The Connects panel lets you see all of the integrations. Here you can scroll down or search for your favorite apps or use the categories to find what you are looking for. Setting up an integration is as easy as finding the tool that you want to integrate with, clicking the Connects button and following the steps. The Results panel is where you will be able to analyze your responses. The Insights tab is where you will get a general overview of your results, like how many people viewed your Typeform, how many people started this, and the total number of responses. Now obviously it was me, and you can see that they also indicate how long does it take to complete this form. Scroll down for more detailed look at views per question and the drop-off rate. This tells you which question people exit your Typeform on. You need a bit plan for this. In the Summary tab, you can get a breakdown of your results question by question. Here you can generate a report and share your results. Finally, the Responses tab lets you dive deeper into individual respondents to see how they answered each question. The table shows questions as columns headers, and you can filter responses by date. Select a response if you to delete it and click here. Or download all of your responses by hitting Select All and clicking here. Or you can click here. You have two options, CSV or Excel file. If you want to edit your Typeform after publishing it, it's possible. You can make changes to your Typeform and they will be saved automatically. But the changes will not appear on your live Typeform until you click Publish again. Be careful when editing your Typeform. When editing your Typeform, it may have an impact on your collected results. You can add a question to your Typeform that will not make you lose data. But when you need to delete a question, though, you will lose results associated with the question or answer option. If you need the collected data, make sure you export your data before deleting the question field. So yeah, that's it for this video, that's it for this tutorial. You can check the links in the description, that helps a lot, thank you. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, you can click the like button, that helps too. And yeah, bye bye.